You know that feeling when a deal just seems off from the start? We're in a vineyard at dawn. A landowner hires a crew, shaking hands on a standard day's wage. They agree. It's fair. The sun climbs, and these first guys are putting in the work. You can feel the heat through the screen. Then, at 9 in the morning, the boss is back in town. He finds more men just standing around, doing nothing. He tells them, "Go work in my vineyard. I'll pay you whatever is right." They go. But wait, why hire more? The job's already started. The day's burning, yet he does it again at noon, and again at 3 in the afternoon. The tension is building, and you can see it. The early crew is watching, doing the math. They've been carrying the heat all day. These other guys have barely broken a sweat. Then, the real shocker. At 5 o'clock, 1 hour before quitting time, he's back. The workday is practically over. He finds men still idle and asks a piercing question. Let's read it. It's Matthew 20, verse 6. Why have you been standing here all day long doing nothing? That question is not just about hiring. It's about wasted opportunity. It's about idleness. And it's about a boss who sees value others miss. The men simply say, because no one has hired us. So he sends them to the vineyard too, for 1 single hour of work. Now the sun dips below the hills. The foreman is called. It's payday, and the landowner gives a strange order. Pay them, starting with the last ones hired. The guys who worked 1 hour line up first. The all-day crew stops. They lean in. This is the moment. The deal is about to feel very, very unfair. The 5 o'clock workers step forward, hands trembling. The foreman places a single, heavy coin in each palm. It's a full day's wage. A denarius. Their faces flood with stunned, tearful relief. This was not a partial payment. It was everything. Next, the 3 o'clock group gets the same. Then the noon crew. Each one. A denarius. The 9 a.m. group watches, their hope rising. They, too, receive the exact same full wage. Now the camera finds the dawn crew. They've borne the crushing heat for 12 hours. They saw the later groups get a denarius. Their math is simple and feels utterly fair. We work 12 times longer than them. Our pay will be 12 times greater. They step up to the foreman, palms open. The foreman places a single denarius in it. Then another, and another. Just one each. The certainty on their faces shatters. This is not a mistake. It's the same pay. Their outrage boils over into loud grumbling. We hear their complaint straight from Scripture. These who were hired last worked 1 hour, and you have made them equal to us. It's a cry of pure, visceral injustice. This breaks every system of fair compensation. You feel that sting, do not you? It feels like a raw deal, a betrayal. The video sits right here in that discomfort. Let that feeling of unfairness really land. Because the landowner's economy is different. His system is not based on hourly merit. It's based on a promise kept. He promised the dawn crew a denarius, and he gave it. He was perfectly fair, but his generosity to others feels like theft. That's the twist that breaks our logic. Our human fairness screams at divine grace. He turns to face the loudest complainer. His voice is calm, but cuts through the noise. Friend, I am not being unfair to you. That word friend is loaded with patience. Didn't you agree to work for a denarius? There it is. The first pivot. The contract was perfectly, legally honored. You got exactly what you signed up for. So the problem is not the agreement. The problem is your comparison. You're measuring their blessing against yours. Then he asks the defining question. Don't I have the right to do what I want with my own money? This is not about wages anymore. It's about ownership and character. He owns the vineyard. He owns the money. His right is absolute. The final question lands like a hammer. Or are you envious because I am generous? The Greek word here is brutal. It literally means, is your eye evil? It's a heart posture, a poison lens, seeing another's blessing as your personal loss. That's the shock, the revelation. His action was never about 1 hour of work. It was about his desire to meet their need. He is fundamentally, shockingly generous. The vineyard's economy runs on this. Not on merit, not on hours logged, but on the owner's boundless kindness. This is the theological turn. God is not a celestial accountant. He is the landowner. His currency is grace. And grace, by definition, cannot be earned. It can only be received. That's the surprise in the title. His boundless, often disorienting, generosity. It reframes everything, including what you think you deserve. And here's where it gets personal. This parable can feel deeply unfair. It offends our sense of what's right. We're hardwired for fairness. You work hard, you get paid. That's the contract. But grace is not a contract. It's a gift, and gifts can scandalize us. Think of the lifelong, faithful believer. They've served for decades. Then someone has a deathbed conversion, and they get the same inheritance? It can make you whisper, "That's not fair." Or the person whose path seems easier. No dark night of the soul. We're tempted to keep a spiritual scorecard, comparing our sweat to their grace. But that's the first worker's mistake. They had a contract mindset. I did X, so I deserve Y. The landowner operates on a grace mindset. I give because I am good. This story becomes a mirror. It asks you a direct question. Are you serving for the wage? Or for the relationship with the master? Are you auditing his generosity to others? That's the heart of the offense. We forget the idle worker's reality. They weren't lazy. They were unwanted. No one hired them. The landowner saw their need. His grace met a profound hunger, purpose, and provision from pure compassion, not from their performance. This is for the last, the lost, the overlooked. And that's incredibly good news. Until you realize where you've stood, we've positioned ourselves as the first. We expect God to settle accounts, but he settles us with grace. And that grace is meant to stun us, to break our system, so we can finally receive it. So how do we live inside this shocking truth? It starts by letting it kill something in us. First, it kills comparison and envy. In God's kingdom, another's blessing does not diminish yours. It just highlights the generosity of your king. Their windfall is proof of his character, not a threat to your account. Second, it completely redefines your service. You do not clock in for a reward. You work from a place of gratitude for grace already received in full. Your motivation shifts from "what do I get" to "look what I've been given." Third, it radically shapes how you see other people. You become someone who celebrates the latecomer. You champion God's outrageous generosity to the undeserving. You do this knowing you are firmly in the undeserving category yourself. Now, let's go back to that vineyard at closing time. Watch the workers, first and last, walking home. They all carry the same provision. They all have the same security for their families tonight. The surprise on their faces at 5 p.m.? That surprise becomes your deep, settled peace. This is the economy of generous grace. It's not a system to be figured out. It's a reality to be lived in. So here is your invitation tonight. Stop keeping score. Receive the full measure of God's generosity without guilt. And then, turn to your own marketplace. Extend that same surprising, uncalculating grace to the person next to you. This is not just a moral to remember. It's a liberated way to live.